you struggle to be calm. You struggle when things get tough. You struggle when there's something coming on that's new and pushes you into a new area of your life, or a new area of your work, or a new area of your business. This is where you have to stay calm in the eye of the storm. And today we are going to look at how we can be calm every single time we get something challenging. So let's go, let's be calm, let's get into this. Hi, my name's Joe Noya, and I'm here to inspire you every single day to be the best version of yourself on this planet. And today we are talking about being calm. Being calm is one of the best skills you can accomplish when you are facing life in general, whether it's in your family life, whether it's in your work life, whether it's in your business life, it doesn't matter. Being calm allows you to think. Being calm allows you to strategize. Being calm allows you to be the best version in the moment when you're facing your challenges. So for me, this has been a really big challenge because, as you know, if you've heard about my story, if you go back to episode 1 of the InspirationNation podcast, the link is below, you will know that I suffer with depression. And a lot of that depression comes from anxiety. When things would come into my life, I would struggle. I would just think about them, ruminate about it, right? Ruminate about it, worry about it, project myself into the future about it, think about what if this, what if that, what if the other. My mind would just jump around to everything. Jump around so I couldn't actually think. So I was so preoccupied with what's going to happen, what if this, what if that I wasn't actually dealing with the actual problem. And of course, when you're doing that, you don't want to deal with the problem. You want to sort of distract yourself and things like that. So being calm is one of the key things. When we're facing really big challenges, we tend to want to put distractions in the way. We want to start doing other things that actually we don't really want to do. We've got a big thing, we tend to shy away from it. We'll put other things in the way. Hang on, let me just go and read the paper, or put my computer on, or go and watch something on TV, or put the washing on, do the washing up. But we know we have to accomplish that thing. We know that we have to face that challenge. And the people who are successful do the difficult things first. And this is something you can train yourself to do. Say tomorrow, you've got something big coming up. In fact, I've got something big coming up in the next week. It's another brand new piece of training I have to deliver. Never done it before. But the whole thing about it is that I've got to lean into it. I've got to make sure that I do it, make sure that I've prepared. So I can tell you that I have prepared. I've looked at different things that I can do. And this has all come from learning, right? This has all been about, being present, being in the moment, because when you're in the moment, you can start to strategize. You can feel that, that anxiety fill up, and you can sense yourself. So the most important thing is to really recognize how you're feeling in the moment and have a strategy to start to disperse that. So you can start to really focus on, okay, brain, we need to go here. We need to think about what are the potential solutions. What can I control? What can't I control? What can I do right now to really move it forward? And there's something called the worry tree, or something similar to that. In fact, Goel Kapal Das, in his book, The Way of the Monk, comes up with a great thing. If you're worrying, there's a couple of things you can do. Think about this. It's just really simple, but really effective. So whatever the challenge is, whatever you're worrying about, think about this. Is there something, whatever the challenge is, what is the worry? Can you do something about it? If you do, go do something about it, right? Then you can stop worrying. If you can't do anything about it, then why worry? Because you can't do anything about it. And that's what I love about this thing. This is what I love about this whole thing about, this whole pandemic situation. There are things you can do, things you control, things you can't control. And so you can do is try and be as safe as you can, right? Wear your mask, all that sort of stuff, self-isolate if you need to, all that sort of stuff. You can do that yourself. You can stay a distance from people. But there are things you can't control, right? You can't control what other people are going to do, and all that sort of stuff. You don't know, when people are in shops, when they go around, they do what they want to do, right? So you can't control any of that. All you can do is control you. And maybe advise people, but they're going to often do their own thing, right? So that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to just share a couple of things in my life which I really shown me that how to be calm really gets you through it. So the first one, I don't really talk about it a lot. I talked about it in one of the episodes, I can't remember, but Lee and Ryan would know. But I actually got diagnosed with basal cell carcinoma. And this was probably, 6 years ago now? I think six years ago, something like that. I can't remember the exact date. Now, I'll just tell you the story. So what happened was, usual sort of thing, I'd look like a mole on my back. It just feel a bit squashy, right? So it's always important to check, your skin and stuff like that. A bit squashy, so I started doing that, and it just felt weird, like a really sort of squodgy beauty spot. Anyway, I thought that one day it started to really bleed. I thought, okay, better go and sort this out. So I went to the doctors. They said, you need to see someone pretty soon. They didn't sort of say that, but we're going to get you an urgent appointment. That means, hey, we need to get this checked out as soon as possible. Anyway, went down to the hospital. Didn't know at this time. I thought, it would just be, a routine thing. They check it off, you go, you're fine. Anyway, I went into the room. I wasn't really nervous at this point. I wasn't really stressed or anything. Anyway, so I went into the room, and I was sitting there, consultant, and the consultant said, yeah, I've looked at it. Yeah, you've got basal cell carcinoma, you've got skin cancer. It was at that point when I realised, oh, crikey, this is pretty serious. But it's really weird the way they told me. Was like really just straightforward. It was like here it is. This is the fact. Just really factual, and that probably really helped me in terms of they didn't sort of dial up the worry and stuff like that. So at that point, I just had to sit there and think, okay, what next? What I realised that actually my life could be cut short. That can happen. But in that moment, a strange thing happened. I was thinking about when they told me, and I was, they gave me the leaflet and stuff like that. Here in the UK, we've got an NHS, we're quite lucky, reading the leaflet. And then all of a sudden, I just felt this whole calmness that, hey, this is a time for me to step back, look at things, from a different perspective, and really just sort of how am I going to deal with this? So in that moment, what could I do? Right. So this is the thing about can and can't control. What could I do? Couldn't do much, right? Just had to go with it. So the next appointment would be to go and see a surgeon to have it removed. Apart from that, I couldn't do anything. I recognised in that moment what I can and can't control. I can't control what's going to happen, right? All I can do is think, okay, this has happened. Now what can I do with it? What can I do? What can I control? So the thing is just to make sure that I keep checking myself, right? I went to have, just to cut the long story short, went to they cut it out. They cut quite a big scar on my shoulders. This one here started to fill up. It's it's nice now, nicely healed. It's probably about that big. Because they had to make sure they get everything around it. But the good thing with basal cell carcinoma is that it's not the one that spreads rapidly. It can do if you don't leave it untreated, and it can do, and it can come back. So I don't know whether it's going to come back or not. I don't know, but I'm not going to spend my time worrying about that. I'll only be concerned and things I have to do if I get it now. But what I can start to do is start to just make sure I check myself. Live as healthy a lifestyle as I can, and do things that fill me up. Don't get anxiety or worry, because if that's a thought, then that can lead to your body stress, and so that can lead to a reduction in your immune system. So over the last 3 years, through the InspirationNation podcast, I've been doing cold showers, trying different things, getting up early, meditating, and this is really, really helping. Like doing these videos, doing the podcast, doing things that I love, really help enjoy in life. So keeping calm in these moments is really, really important, and I've kept calm in that one moment, and that helped me really just deal with it a great way. And I never really, it's really strange. I mean, when I was having my depression and coming to anxiety, I would have really worried about that, continue, but I just had this sort of calmness. I don't know, when the thing was really serious, I had this calmness about me, and that's really where I won. And since then I've been fine. I haven't had any problems. So a couple of other things. I've recently gone for this group and been selected to do this program, which is fantastic. Concentrates on coaching and performance. I'm really excited about that. But when I was going through the process, I could feel my heart pumping. So I tried a couple of strategies around that as well. Some great things that actually work is shaking, just really shaking it out and jumping up and down. That really works. That whole jumping up and down, really just dissipates the thing. I could feel my heart pumping in my chest. I could feel my heart, and I was just concentrating my heart to breathe and just try and slow it down. Really trying. This was really important to me. I really wanted to be part of this program, and so that's why I was feeling it. But I would recognise it in the moment. By all the meditation, all the practice I've done, I could actually sense where my body was and actually start to calm it all down, and actually think, okay, so if I don't get it, like okay, what if I don't get it? I'm just going to just be a different path. If I get it, then great, I'm on this path. So I never actually look now. I used to look at failure as disaster, right? But failure is not disaster. Failure is just a different path, right? I think failure happens to sort of shift us on a different path, and being calm in those moments, just realising that, hey, whether I get it, whether I don't get it, it's just I'm going to be on a different path to, the coaching or, content creation or anything like that. And that's really where the gold is, right? That realising that actually failure is part of the learning process, and being calm. So, whether I've got this big project next week, whether that goes well or it doesn't. If it doesn't go well, great. Okay, what can we improve? How can we make it better? What do we need to do? If it goes well, great. We continue to build, make it better, right? So you don't actually lose, and I love that. So frame failure as something that you can't lose, right? You're either going to go on a different path, or you're just going to win. So you are not going to avoid failure in your life. You have to have a good strategy, a good frame to be able to deal with it. The thing is, you've probably been conditioned to say failure is bad, but failure is not bad. Failure is learning. So as long as you don't repeat the mistakes, you're going to learn, you're going to grow. So being calm at all stages, whether there's a big project, whether there's health going on, whether we've got the pandemic at the minute, so people are suffering with massive anxiety at the moment. So again, it's just a whole thing. I'm going to give you 3 strategies to be able to deal and be calm in the eye of the storm. That's right, be calm in the eye of the storm. Number 1, recognise you will get through it. You will do it. So like my story about my cancer, I didn't know what the outcome would be, but I know in that moment, that I would get through it in one way, shape or form. I had that belief that I would get through it. So one way, you will get through it. Whatever it is, a big project, the interview, whatever, and recognise, that after that, you're going to be continue to live your life. And, up until when I have my appointments, I was living my life, recognising, appreciating things. So again, just recognise you will get through the difficulty. And with the cancer scare, I don't know what the else that would be, but it's just having that thing about recognising that whatever comes your way, you can handle it. Whatever comes your way, you can handle it. You will get through it. That's number 1. Number 2, recognise what you can and you can't control. Like my cancer story, I couldn't control the results. All I can control is me in the moment. What could I start to do? I could start to be calmer, start to meditate, go to the appointments, do research. I actually did a lot of research around it to find out how serious this was, percentages and things like that. So I did a bit of research. So I started to become a little bit of an expert on basal cell carcinoma, right? But that's the key. That calms the mind, and the more the mind is calm, the more strategy you can come up to improve yourself. And that's why I'm so passionate about self-development. That's why I want you to get a massive value from this video. And number 3, be present. Do not project yourself into the past. Do not project yourself into the future. Now I get it, you have to plan and stuff like that, so that's the future, right? But every day you live your life, just be in this moment right now. So right now, I'm just focusing on you. I'm focusing on you to give you value. Right? That's what I want. I want you to take this away and be successful. That's it. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not thinking about after the video, but now I've just said it, I'm thinking about it after the video. Straight. So you just got to get your mind in the moment, feel the energy of living, right? Because your life, if you're thinking about the past, you're living in the past. You could get depression living in the past. You're reliving all those stories. If you're living the future, it's a future that's not even existing yet. You're creating it. You're creating it by now. So if I present a disastrous future, I'm living that disastrous future because I'm projecting myself into the future. So the key is to enjoy now. Speak to people, love the moment, love what you're doing right now, whatever it is, whether it's a cup of tea, whether it's a cup of coffee. Okay. It's great. So it's appreciating those small things, the things you do every day, the conversations you have, everything like that is being in the moment, and that is your life. Every day, every second, every moment you live your life, that is your life. It's not the past, right? You can forget all that. It's hard to forget, right? But that's gone. You can't change that. You cannot control that. if you're projecting in the future, you've got all these things going on, you can't control that because it's your mind just projecting. So bring your mind to now. What's going on now? What could you make the best of now? Recognise that while you're watching this video, you have everything you need at this moment. If you ask yourself this question, what do you actually need now as you're watching this video right now? Nothing, because you're watching this video. You don't need any food, you don't need this because that's in the future, right? That's a future thing you might go off into the kitchen. So it's really dialing it back. It's really important this present moment because this has really taught me a valuable lesson. I really want to get this home to you. If you can do that, be in the present moment, whatever you're doing, if you've got a big project and you're in the middle and you're stressed and your eye is storm, just centre and go, what is it right now? What do I need right now? And you're going to need nothing in that moment. And your thinking, your brain will go, okay, we'll start to go, this is what you need. This is what you need. And again, it does work. I've tried it, it works. It's one in front of you right now. So go crush it, be calm, be yourself, be the person you need to be that person in the moment, and I want you to be calm and be successful. So I hope this video's helped. Hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, I've got a couple of coaching options for you. Number one is you can contact us via social media. All the links in the description below. Send us a message, and the first option is you can get free coaching, and that just means we have a video coaching session where we will go off and record it, then put it on social media to show how coaching works. Number two is a private option. You can message us. We'll set up a private session, and that will stay between you and me, and that will stay there. The link is in the description below. So if you really enjoyed this video, I'd love you to check out this video right over here. There's more videos of mine. Just put it on a playlist. You will not be disappointed and you will feel energized. And also don't forget to subscribe right here because you'll know when another video goes live. So you've been watching Jose Noya, Inspiration Nation, and I'll see you there.